Okay, so my first question would be, whose decision was it to finally end the mask mandate for the schools?
So I think one of the things we probably should touch kind of before we go into anything is that, the masking mandate, currently there is a requirement, and the state of California is changing that to a recommendation. So they're not coming out and say, we're ending the masking mandate. They're just coming out and say, we're no longer requiring the masks. However, we're strongly recommending the masks. So they're going from a requirement to a recommendation. And that was the governor of California. He came out on, I think it was February 28th, and through his different departments, like the California Department of Public Health, he also utilizes I'm not sure if it's Dr. Ghali, which is kind of the public health director for the state. He relies on their information in regards to where are we currently at with COVID, what's our transmission rates, how many people are in the hospital.
Will this be the official end of the mandates?
From what they're saying, no. They're saying that COVID is going to be around, that it's not necessarily something that is going to be going away. Just sort of like we have cold and flu season that I think all of us are familiar with, especially as students. I'm sure you guys are familiar when you come back to school in the fall. You might be more likely to catch a cold or might get a flu because you're going to be around another 1,500 students that they may have caught something during the summer or at some time.
How do you personally feel about it ending?
I think like many people, we're all a little tired of the constant day in, day out self-checks, masks, trying to look to see, am I too close to other people? Should I have more of a distance? I think we're all a little weary of just that continuous bombardment of things that we have to do every single day. It would be wonderful to get back to a normal where this isn't something that we're worried about our own health or the health of friends or our loved ones, that we can go back to a sense of normalcy. I think we're all waiting for that to happen.
Do you think Sierra or MUSD will go back to normal, aka pre-COVID life, or has the pandemic changed it forever?
Yeah, unfortunately, I do think COVID has changed things from a medical standpoint, that we'll probably never go back to what we've considered the norm. I'm not saying we have to wear masks forever. I think that will subside and will, hopefully like we're seeing now, when you come back from the spring break, hopefully, you're going to have opportunities to not wear a mask if you choose to do so. However, I do think there's still going to be some lingering effects, and some of them are not bad things. Like, maybe some of our cleaning regimens, we'll continue to do some of those cleaning regimens, and that's going to protect students and staff not only from COVID, but it also protect against future types of illnesses. So I think there are some things that are going to be that aren't bad. They might not necessarily be good, but they're not bad. That might help us in the long run already, anyways.
What is your biggest goal after the pandemic officially ends?
Once the pandemic officially ends, I think, and hopefully we're doing it now, is continue to transition to a focus of student learning, so that we make sure that we're providing you and all your fellow colleague students the best education we possibly can to get you prepared for whatever you want your future to be. I do need to reiterate that we are moving from a requirement to a recommendation. So for students, any student that chooses to continue to wear a mask, we are fully supportive of that. So that if you guys go out during your lunch and you notice that, hey, there's a big group of students out there in one group and you would prefer to wear your masks to feel maybe a little bit safer, you are more than welcome to do so. It is the choice of the students and our staff members to wear masks or not to wear masks.